This video is going to be more of like a heart to heart, so sit down, grab some snacks, coffee, anything. The question that I'm going to ask you is, did you count the cost? And there's a reason I'm asking you this. It's going to make sense, so just give me a minute. Hi, my name is Sabri. I'm a Christian stay-at-home mom, system strategist, and the person who finally figured out how to build a business while solo parenting with no childcare and no village. I build interruption-proof workflows done for you so your business stops relying on your memory at 3 a.m. and starts running even when the robot boss wakes up early. If you're tired of doing things the hard way, stay right here. Okay, I was going to ask you, did you cut out the cost? I'm only saying this because as a Christian stay-at-home mom, the whole reason I stayed at home because I felt like God was calling me to take care of my family and to nurture them and do something different than what has been done and leave a legacy and let it be different from the past. And so that means that my home comes first. And I've had to turn a lot of things down, apply for certain things, not do certain things because my kids and my home come first, and I'm not supposed to neglect that. As easy as it is to say, like, hey, my home comes first, we all know the truth is sometimes we might not want to put our homes first. If we're going to be honest, if you're going to look at me or if you're just listening to me, like, I really want you to think about it. Sometimes it actually is hard to be like, no, I have to put my home first because you want to actually go do something else. If you think about it, it's hard to be like, yeah, I actually don't always want to put my home first. And that's okay, you're human. I'm glad that we both or feel comfortable enough to realize that. So it's hard sometimes. And I know for me, it's hard to always put my family first because there's so many things that I want to do. There's so many goals that I have. Me being a stay-at-home mom did not stop my goals, but it actually encouraged me to have some bigger ones, some crazier ones, some faith ones. And so it's different. It's hard. And so when I took a break from my business, I'm going to say like a year ago, I have a video about that too. So if you want to watch that, and it'll be linked in my description as well. And like what I learned from it. But I took a break. I had to actually think about like, hey, what is this costing me? What is this business costing me? What do I actually have to do to sustain it? Is it something that I feel like it's going to support my family or not support my family? Or is it a waste of time? That's kind of crazy, but like, is it a waste of time or is it too much? Or is the way that I'm doing something not how I should be doing it? And so when I took that break, I was like, oh, I actually need to do a lot of things different. When I was running my business as a virtual assistant before, I didn't like the way I had it structured, where a lot of clients required everything from me at the same time, and I did not like that because of me being a mom. I didn't like the way the things were structured, and it was taking a lot from me because I was solo parenting, so a lot of things were on me, and I just didn't like how my phone kept buzzing because people needed something from me. I didn't like that. It wasn't working for me. And so I had to actually be honest with that and be like, I'm going to have to pivot out of this. And I also have a video too about me pivoting. I'll also link that as well. But I'm going to have to pivot out of this because it's not sustainable for me as a mom because that comes first. And so as much as it'd be like, yeah, the virtual assistant thing is working, it wasn't working because it was hindering me as a mom and I was like hurting me. And it was taking me, and if it's taking me away from my kids and I have to focus on something else and causing just a little bit more stress because I'm trying to do something and take care of my kids at the same time, it's not worth it. And so at least try to lower it as much as possible. We don't live in this perfect world. We don't live in something that it's where everything's gonna be great all the time. It's gonna be hard days. So like when my kids are sick, I'm like, I do not want to have all these projects always running around because my kids are sick. And kids can be sick like a week at a time. Like, especially if you have multiple. And so it's like that takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot out of you. So trying to keep up with that, I just couldn't do it. It wasn't for me. And so I had to really count the cost of it. And there's a Bible verse. It's saying like, for which of you intending to build a tower does not first sit down and count the cost, whether he has the means to finish it. Luke chapter 14, verse 28 to 30. So I took it as like, when it comes to like your home, you have to count the cost of things. You have to know what is going to require of you. Like when you build something, you're like, oh, I need this, it's going to cost this. You know that. But I think sometimes when we start a business, yes, we do not know everything, but sometimes when we start a business as moms, we actually don't know like, hey, this actually is going to cost you something. Are you willing to pay that cost? And so sometimes you might be like, okay, moms are always pivoting. Yeah, because sometimes the cost is too high. You need to be able to sleep. You need to be able to take care of yourself, your kids, pour into your marriage, pour into like other areas of your life. And so if you have something that's sucking the life out of you, you have to switch. It's really just counting the cost of it. And so I want you to like, if you've been having a moment where you feel like you're overwhelmed or it's just too much, I want you to really think of like, what is my capacity and how can I fit this business into the capacity that I have? Not the capacity people are saying I should have. The capacity that I actually have. I have an awesome YouTube video. I did my first collab with Gia Rose Digital, as stay-at-home moms who run service-based businesses. We talked about that, and now I'll also link that as well. So I just want you to think about that. Like, if you don't take nothing out from this, it's like, what's the cost of it? How much is it actually costing you? If it's too much of a cost, what can you cut that cost down? What is something that's actually going to fit your life? You built a business to fit your life, not take from it. And so when you're going through these things, you're seeing people on social media, they're doing all these things, that's great. But like, what is it going to cost you to do that business that way? And it might have a slower start, and it might be slower. And we have to accept that because it's just the season that you're in. You're not always going to be in the season. But the crazy thing is, I'm thinking like I'll have more time when my kids are older, but I'm going to be shuffling them everywhere. I'm actually probably not going to have as much time. Maybe more like focused time per se. Now, I don't know this. I'll let you know when it happens. But more focused time per se, like where there's not a kid with me. But like I'm going to be running them places. School, doing this, doing that. They're going to be older, so they're going to want to do more things. They're going to want to do more things. And so I have to take account of that. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I have to already start thinking like, how much capacity do I truly have, and how I can fit my business into that. So I want you to think about like, did you count the cost when you were starting your business? Obviously, we do not know everything, so we do not know. When you really think about it, you can't be on calls all the time. That's not realistic. So maybe your business shouldn't be structured like that. Maybe you should do like where you have text messages, or you're doing emails, or whatever fits into your schedule where you can handle people through a phone and maybe not always have to pull a laptop out. There's a lot of different things. I thought I had more to say when it comes to this, but it's really like, did you count the cost? And just think about it, because even as your kids get older, if you don't have kids yet, like there's going to be some things that are going to be required of you. And one thing I do want to say is like, what was the original vision God has given you? I don't remember which video I talked about that. It's on one of my channels, but what was the original vision when he's like, hey, start a business? What was it? What did he already tell you to do? Because I think sometimes we go and do all these random things, and it's like, that's not even what God told you to do at all. You might have found out, oh, I'm actually really good at this. Some of the things that we be putting on ourselves is like, we just be creating things up saying, oh, I should do that. And it's easy to get caught up into like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. But it's like, what did he tell you to do? Because when I look at the vision paper that I had for my business when he was just giving it to me, and I was just writing down when I feel like he was giving it to me, a lot of the things that I'm doing now is the same thing. Some things were different guests, but YouTube was on there. I was not doing YouTube. Now being a mom, it might be crazy for some of you, like, you're really recording these videos. I'm like, the way that I actually need to batch to be able to show up is there. I can't be doing stuff on the fly. It's not the way I'm wired. And I'm a giver. So I'd be like, oh, you're struggling with this? Hey, record a YouTube video. Like, watch it on your own time. So he was already showing me how to do it. I just was getting caught up on trying to be like everybody else instead of going off of the vision. So if you're struggling with some of how much business is costing you, I really want you to think like, what was the original plan? The original blueprint. What was that? What was it? What was it that he was telling you to do? What ways have you felt naturally inclined to go, or even market your business or anything like that? Like, what was it? And when you think about it, you can look at your business and be like, I'm doing all these extra things that I don't even care to do. I don't even like to do. You know what I'm saying? You really just have to think about those things in that aspect. It's really just a reflection. That's all I have for this video. Let me know what you think. I've pivoted as many times as I could count to make my business fit into my life and trying to figure out what actually works best for me, what things that I actually enjoy doing and what makes sense, and obviously your goals and your finances and stuff like that. At the end of the day, you can't get to the finances if the doing the work to get to the finances is not sustainable. Thank you for watching this video. Everything that I do for stay-at-home moms is for you to have that support in any way possible, whether it be through your home, for your business. Everything that I make, YouTube videos, my private podcast, my blog, is for you to be able to go back and refer to at any time. I don't like to make something that will be fleeting, because I know as moms, I always have to come back to things. That's just the heart of what I do. I make it very intentional in the way that I create content for something, because I want you to be able to come back and see something, or like, where's that link again, or anything like that. So I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart, that is what I do and why I do it like that. Just remember, did you count the cost? I just want you to remember that and just sit with that. And just let me know what you think. You can send me a DM on Instagram in the comment section below. We can talk about it. And if you want to stay connected with me, I have a free private podcast. The link will be in the description below. And thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.